Hey, I'm back from my vacation. Just want to share my experience and review on the cruise line MSC Seaside. So it was a 4-day cruise. I left out of Miami, and our first stop was Nassau, Bahamas. We stayed in Nassau for 1 day, and then we headed to Ocean Cay. So the crew workers were nice upon arrival. They were approachable. They were willing to help. I always saw a crew worker sanitizing. So my cabin steward, he was such a gentleman from South Africa and handsome, okay? He was very approachable in the hallways. When we would see him, he would call us by our first name, and he cleaned our rooms without us even asking. He was like, I don't know, he just kind of knew when to do things, and he didn't bother us. So I give him a 5 out of 5. So before you enter like the buffet areas and the dining areas, they promoted hand washing. They even had a song blasting on a Bluetooth about washing hands. Like the song is stuck in my head, okay? You gotta wash your hands. Okay, they wasn't playing. And they had a sink, a soap, and everything right before you entered the eating quarters. So the buffet food was a hit or miss. There were some things that were good, some things I was like, who sat down and thought that this was a good taste or the flavor? Like, what are y'all thinking about? So I would give the buffet a score from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. I'll give the buffet like a 3. So my dining experience was pretty decent. The food was pretty good, more flavorful, and I like being served. I would give this dining, food, and service, I would give that a 4. So I did purchase the non-alcoholic unlimited package, which came with fresh pressed juice, smoothies, mocktails, specialty coffees, mineral water, and sodas. So that's worth it. Anytime I go on a cruise, I'm getting that. Okay. So they did have entertainment that you could sign up for on the cruise. And one of them that I was able to get in on and I was happy was the sound bath, the sunrise sound bath. That was amazing. I signed up for some other events, but I didn't make it because I was sleeping. My energy on the cruise was bed, buffet, and beach. BBB. Okay. So I want to back up to the buffet. Now they have variety. So if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, they do have some options for you on that end. And they had a wellness bar, which was strictly for like making a good salad. When I say the wellness bar was on point, they had arugula. They also had a good tofu scramble. And those who are vegan or vegetarian know about tofu. They had a good tofu scramble. They also had an omelet bar. You can create your own omelet. Hey, they had a good carrot cake. Mm. So, in my observation, the energy on the MSC Seaside Cruise was more of a conservative energy, if you know what I'm talking about. So, I didn't do the nightlife on the cruise, so I can't really give you my experience on that. But from what I heard, they did a little partying. But I think that if you like to party, you know what cruise line to go on. One of my most enjoyable moments is when we got to Ocean Cay Island. Now, MSC has it set up for their cruise guests to have access to the entire island. That's when the relaxation kicked in for me. We had 2 days on that island, and it wasn't overcrowded. It was like very relaxing. Um, there were parts of the island where you can go and just be alone, and it was safe. So that's a selling point for me, just to be able to get away and not be around people. They have a lighthouse on the island, and at night they had a lighthouse light up party. It was nice. It was really nice. So MSC is a yes for me. It is a cruise line that I would travel on again. And what had me sold is that private island because of my lifestyle.